Hi shiny people, welcome to Megawatt Beauty. My name is Megan Travers Kareen and I'm going to show you my makeup routine using Seint Beauty today. I'm going to focus on a full coverage application, which is going to require your buff brush. Lots of times you guys will see me do very skin-like, more natural makeup. Today I'm just going to give you the option of how to get it a little bit more full coverage. If you want to look like you're wearing makeup, this is your technique. The brush is key for this, and Seint Beauty uses 3 colors of foundation. We call this 3D foundation: contour, color corrector and concealer, and under eye brightener. Then I'll do bronzer, lip and cheek, and I have a lip liner option here, or I think I'm going to show you guys my favorite lip pencil today, and some setting powder, all that good stuff. So come on in and get comfy. If you have any questions, let me know as you're watching. Say hello as you're coming in. Let me know where you're coming from. And we will hang out for a couple of minutes together. You can buy all this makeup on the Seint website. You can message me for a color match if you want help with that, or you can use the color match feature on my website. My website is, I think, Megan Travers Kareen, or what is it? I can't remember. I don't know. You can search me, I think, find an artist, I think it would be called. I think it's Megan Travers Kareen. So that's where I put my contour. So contour with Seint is your foundation. Our contour has coverage in it. So that might be unlike some of the contour sticks you use, or if you use bronzer as contour, that's totally fine. It gives you a similar effect. But the reason that I use my contour creams from Seint is because it does have a bit of coverage, whereas our cream bronzer is sheer. So I don't need to do a layer of foundation where I put my contour because it already serves as my foundation. So I do put it pretty much almost all over my forehead, except I leave this kind of central bit out. The contour color I'm using is called Cedar. It is a bit more of a bronzy tone. First, when we started doing contouring, we were using very ashy contours and we were putting it down lower on our face. Trends have changed, and a lot of us are just using a little bit more bronzer like contours. Sculpting out my jaw. So your contour is basically 4 lines across your face, or 4 lines on your face, I should say. Across the jaw, from ear to ear. Underneath each cheekbone, or on each cheekbone, whatever way you would describe that. It's kind of more so on the cheekbone, I would say. And across the forehead. So just 4 lines, super easy. And just making sure I blend that down my neck. Now let me go into my, some people call this the main highlight color. I call it color correcting and concealing, or sometimes I call it, if you're getting a color match from me, I'll call it highlight 1. This is going to go in all the places that you didn't just put your contour. And I just picked up a lot on my brush. Really, if you want full coverage in makeup, really you're applying more product, which is, you know, any kind of super full coverage makeup is going to be just more makeup on your face. So often I do very sheer skin-like makeup, but today I'm just showing you how to just use a little bit more product. So I'm just picking up more foundation on my brush. Now, this is not, I wouldn't actually wear this application like for my full day job or something like that. I wouldn't personally. Some people do. But I reserve more of a full coverage look for evenings. I'm only going to be wearing it for a couple of hours. I'll go full coverage, but I don't find it that comfortable on my face. That's just, everybody's different, but I don't find heavy makeup that comfortable. So just filling in all the places that I didn't put contour. A sponge is a good idea when you're working with a lot of makeup. I don't need a sponge because I have a lot of practice, but if you're more on the new side or you just don't really have as much confidence with your makeup, use a sponge to dab at your under eyes. I can do it with my brush fine. I can kind of distribute everything, make sure it's nice and blended, make sure there's no excess sitting on top. Okay, we're coming along. I want to do a little bit more contour around my mouth. Look how my lips just doubled in size. Because I got teeny tiny lips. So just doubled them. And I think a lot of people don't want to contour their lips because they think it's visible. Like people are going to know that you're wearing it. And I'm just like, well, yeah, that's the whole point of makeup. Yeah, people know you're wearing makeup. Unless you're doing demi in your, but they also know you have lip filler. Like we're not fooling anybody, guys, with our beauty secrets. Well, sometimes the guys don't know. But the girls, we know all of each other's stuff we're doing. Okay. Now, brightening highlight. Here's where I put my brightening highlight. I'm using the small end of my buff brush. I put my brightening highlight down the sides of my nose, like this, and just right here. And then if you really want to lift, bring up the corners of your eyes. Tricks. What do they call it? Smoke and mirrors. Okay, so really the trick with full coverage is wear more. It's not that much of a trick. And your brush makes a difference. Feeling like my upper lip is like, I don't know what it is. It's like standing out too much or something. So I'm so used to doing demi now that I notice these. I notice when there's a high contrast. So I'm just going to do this. You can ignore this part. Okay, what's next? So now, we got to do our lip and cheek and our bronzer. So let me take my bronzer first, and I like to load me up on the bronzer. You don't have to go this heavy with your bronzer if you don't want to, but I will. Look how much, lots. Again, this is full coverage. I have a bazillion videos that show more natural. If anybody is commenting, I cannot see your comments, but I see a couple of little eyeballs on me. Welcome in, my Megawatt beauties, my bright, shiny people. After I get off here, I'm going over on TikTok and doing tarot card readings. If anybody is entertained by that, come on over. Come on over, come on in. Put up your feet, take a load off your, come in, take a seat, take a load off your feet. What, how does the Shania Twain go? Shania song? Man, she is looking. She's always been, I don't know why she looks so much, she's always been thin, but she looks like way thinner for some reason. I guess it's like as women age, I kind of expect you to get a little bit of plumpiness. She's like, has not gotten her plumpiness at all. She's looking very thin to me. I don't know. Just an observation. I know it's not chic to comment on people's bodies. I'm a millennial. I'm just concerned for her. So there's my blush and bronzer. Now I'm going to do a bake. So you're going to get yourself a nice loose setting powder that you like. And you're going to load it under your eye. Then I'm going to let this sit while I put on some eyeshadow. And this is for the full coverage lovers. '16 vibes, but some of you really like that. So again, this is not natural. This is not skin is in. This is makeup. I'm gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna do some eyeshadow, and I might put on my lip. I'll show you what I do for a lip. This is a Rimmel lip liner called Brownie Pie from the drugstore. If you want to like color in the corners of your lips, it'll give you more volume in the center. Little trick. Makes your lips look plump in the center, like more fat and juicy. What was I just gonna do? Oh, just gonna powder right here. So there's a little bit of the lip, and then I like to take Ruby Lip and Cheek. This is a demi I'm dipping into, but I would do this with Ruby. And I don't know, I just kind of dab it on, give my lips some color, and then I put Frenchie on top. So lip liner, then Ruby, then Frenchie. And you gotta treat your lips the way that you get those really nice lip colors that everybody likes in pictures. You want to paint it as if you're painting like a picture. Like imagine you had a picture of lips that you wanted to paint. You wouldn't go in and like glob it all with, like if you just took like a marker or a crayon and just globbed it all, it would just look flat and lifeless. But there was shading involved there. First I did a contour around my lip. Then I used a lip liner to shade it around the edges and in these corners. Then when I applied Ruby, I kind of like patted it on, just giving it like a stain of color. And what that kind of accomplished with Ruby is that it brought my lips to a lip color. Like it made them look like the natural color of a healthy rosy lip. And then topped it all with Frenchie. And with Frenchie, I kind of put it all over my lips so that it kind of blended everything together. So you can just like rewind just the lip part and just watch it over and over and practice over and over. And that's how you will learn. Now I'm going to go in with my eye. I love the cream eyeshadow I'm going to show you today is called Spiced. And I really love it for summer. I use it a lot in the summertime. But first I'm taking Bella bronzer and putting that from lash line from brow bone to lash line. So for a long time, we were always doing either shimmer under the brow bone or really light colors on the brow bone. Then we were doing a crease and then we were doing a lid, which you can still do totally fine. Just as I've been using Demi, I've been bringing like a brown eyeshadow up into my eyebrow. And it just gives it a different look. It's a little bit more natural in my opinion, less makeup-y. And I feel like it's kind of like French or Italian looking, like it's a little bit more European looking than that makeup-y YouTube eyeshadow. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what vibe you want that day. Sometimes I want YouTube girl, sometimes I want French girl. You know? All the world's a stage. You can pick your part. Pick what part you want to play. Now, what colors are on? Oops, I gotta clean this makeup brush. Very important for me to do that because there's like purples on it. Hang on, I'll be right back. Do you ever just wear heels around the house just because it makes you feel cool? Or makes you feel like glam or like you can get shoes done? That's how I feel sometimes when I wear heels around the house. Sorry if anybody is commenting and I can't see it, guys. Do you know what I just realized? My eyeshadow that I'm about to use, Spiced, I usually just put it on with my finger anyway. That's funny. I didn't even need my eyeshadow brush. I just needed my finger. But I do want to rim the lower lashes. I'm going to cheat a little bit here and take Trust on my lower lashes. Whoa! Is that cleaner? How come that came out so dark? Because my brush was wet, it just came out extra dark that time. will. Okay, let's move on to spiced, as I was trying to show you. I love this color, and I do just dab it on with my finger. So I put Bella on first, and then I put spiced. Love it. I didn't mean for my under eye to be so dark like that. Might have to fix it after I get off camera. So what I would do to fix this, where I didn't mean for it to go so dark, when I get off camera, I'm going to find like a butterscotchy or a light brown color and add a light brown to it. More of like a taupe or a, well, it's called butterscotch. The one I'm going to use is called butterscotch. So I will just flick that on the bottom lash line and kind of diffuse that darkness a little bit. But the other thing I want to do is a little foxy eye eyeliner. So I'm using Black Friday and Salem. Black Friday is a cream eyeliner and Salem is a powder. And I like to use both because Black Friday gives it the depth, darkness, and Salem sets it so that it doesn't slide. So a little wingy wing on the outside, and for the foxy eye, you also angle it downward on the inner corner. Ooh, foxy. One wing is always better. This side is always better for me. Ow. Poke myself in the eyeball. Now my eye is watering, so bloopers. Yeah, see, the first eye always comes out better, but that's fine. That's fine. Do I want to mess with it? Okay, we shall leave it at that. Then the last thing you have to do is wipe off your bake. This is the powder brush from the Seint website. I have never used another brush for baking, so I can't recommend. I don't know how it will go with other brushes. I've only used this one. Guys, there's some difference if you go back and like rewatch this video to when I first turned on my camera. What a big difference makeup makes. And now I find that that really makes me pretty pale, so I usually take a little bit more bronzer and top everything off with a little bit more bronzer, especially along the jawline. And this is the blush and bronzer brush from Seint. And I'll kind of just give everything a little dust over with that brush so there's not such harsh lines. And we can be done there. We can also add a little cheek shimmer. This is the scented version. This is a perfume and illuminator in one. So there we go, my peeps. It was just your basic 3D foundation for the face makeup. Then on my lips, I have Brownie Pie from Rimmel. And I have Ruby and I have Frenchie. On my eyes, I have Bella and Spiced and Black Friday. And I said Salem, but I actually didn't use Salem. I'll just leave it like that. You can set that black with Salem or with another black eyeshadow. So, thanks for hanging out today. Shine bright out there.